Yo,
Good morning, 6 a.m.
Yep.
Sedona Standard Time. Time to get this party started. Questions, thoughts?
my boss used to say that. Questions,
Very
comments.
good. I hope you're all learning something in words classes.
Learning
Who's
about
up,
my personal
Master Adam?
limitations of understanding.
Maybe I had my volume down. I can't hear a thing.
You missed some pretty good stuff.
Yeah, great leadership quality though. Everyone, great job. Everyone keep going.
Darn, I miss him. I wish I had it. That was very like boomer boss of me.
The hell's going on?
Hey now, watch yourself.
To watch the recording for the exciting playback.
All right. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Is ready to get started.
Mm.
Let's see.
Yay.
All right, so this is kind of just a review question too, just to make sure that we're all on the same page as we move forward. So what way can we relate the general category of Shelja, the two types of perception?
The two types of perception?
Yeah, it's every bit as straightforward as you think it would be.
To be a Rongsen or a Cheatsen is to be a Shelja.
Yeah. I mean, that's one way of saying it. Definitely. I was, going for shell job can be broken down into objects that have to be perceived using either Rongsen or Cheatsen.
And maybe.
Rongsen or JPOG.
Mhm.
And have we officially decided by now that basically you use Munsum to see Rongsen and Rongsen's only seen with Munsum, and you use JPOG to see Cheatsen and Cheatsen only seen with JPOG?
Yeah, there's a quote from the Parliament of Artiga that says there are two forms of perception because there are two types of things to be considered. I think it was Shelja ni chir tsema ni. And it's been a few terms there, so I don't know if that was
right.
That's an exact quote or not.
We all know you went and memorized the Parliament of Artiga, Adam.
I think he started backwards and finished at the first verse.
So Shelja, or that which can be considered, can be experienced in two ways. One is an actual thing that you experience via direct perception, direct accurate perception, or two as an archetype, which you would experience via deductive accurate perception. Are working things actual things?
Yes.
They are?
Necessarily.
Well,
Wow, that's a bigger answer than yes.
You
mean like
no question.
Actual?
Yeah, why or not?
What Tibetan word are you using for actual? That might help.
We're using Rongsen here. Rongsen is versus that's kind of what I'm using right now.
Well, you perceive it with your senses, so
Not as a group, right, Adam? If we're talking about working things as a group of something.
Yeah, thank you, Stanley.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you. So it's tricky because the term ngopo can be read as quote working things, which is working thing, which would be an act like coffee cup or something. A working thing, which would be quote a coffee cup, or working things, which would be like the entire kind of collection or group. So in one sense, working things are actual things because they do by definition perform a function. Yet in another sense, the word they're not actual things because ngopo is being used as a collective noun, which would in that sense, it would be referencing a chitzen. So as an archetype, it would be unable to perform a function and unfit to be an actual thing. The issue is that in Sema literature is notorious for playing on this particular ambiguity as a means of, I think, kind of stressing different
Cruelty.
within
Making you pay
different.
attention.
Well, you know, I was trying to think on why this particular word is because it seems very easy to kind of slip between schools and whether or not quote working. It's very easy. I would think it would be easier for somebody teaching the subject to play on the ambiguity and almost slip between schools to a certain degree.
Yeah.
With the ability to do this. So at this point in our text, it's clear that ngopo is being read collectively as quote working things, and therefore it's something which is categorical, and therefore it has members. So if something is categorical, it cannot be an actual thing. So thank you, Stanley. Yeah, that was right, right on the head.
Kind of in
Unless
Chinese,
you,
it's also the same. There's
oh, wow.
it's also the same. It's very ambiguous. There's two words. Yeah.
Yeah, you could, of course, say the same thing about rangsen. If you say, quote, ngopo is, quote, rangsen,
Yeah.
right? They could both be unchanging things, and it's still true.
Yeah, that's true. So why is it the case that if something is a working thing, then it must be partless?
Are we referring to archetypes now?
You
No.
said a working thing.
Yeah, totally. Thank you. Thank you, Paula. Yeah.
I struggled with this, with whether this means partless or made of partless things. It seems like most of the examples that we typically give of ngopos, like a pumpa or a kawa.
Let's assume at a foundational kind of atomic level.
Mm-hmm.
So it can't be, at one point, there's something that at an atomic level, right? It can't be broken down anymore.
Yeah.
Is that the idea?
Yeah, that's the idea. Definitely. The answer is going to be split into two parts because K-Drip treats it that way. He says, if something is a working thing, then it must either be physical or it must be mind.
Mm-hmm.
And do we remember Chache and Chame?
Arts.
And
Mhm.
as
Either
they apply,
parts or no parts, yeah.
yeah. And how would those apply to, you know, the physical component, to a physical component of a work, to a working thing, which is physical, or a working thing which is mind.
Well, there would
How
be
can-
atoms to the
Yes,
physical
so-
working thing, or there would be moments to the mental working thing.
Yeah. And but not just moments. In particular, when we're talking atomically, we're talking
Partless.
Atoms filled with a lot of space.
on the smallest scale, right? Yeah. So in particular, there was something that do you guys remember when we were talking about the definition of a chitzen, right? So the definition of a chitzen is something that has members that I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but something that has members and something that covers its members.
Yeah.
Right. So in that sense, if first off, something wouldn't be atomic if it was composed of smaller pieces. However, if something is composed of smaller pieces, it is therefore then made of parts, and technically it would become a chitzen as it would be covering its members.
Oh,
So this is another reason at which kind of abstract, physical things would then become abstract on that level. So this is
Oh.
another reason why it has to be partless. From the perspective of the lower schools, obviously.
Agropole can't be a cheat zone.
Yeah. Yeah. So something's a working thing, it must either be physical or mental. If something's physical, it must be constructed by partless atoms on a foundational level. And if something is mental, it must be made up of some foundational level of individual instances.
But is he playing with the idea of a cheat sen here? Because it can mean different things also, right? Like it can,
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could possible. Definitely. I didn't think about that. Really where we're going next after this is after this section, we started to touch on Zechig. And so I think that's why he's being very careful to delineate what he means when he says something's physical before we start stepping into to Zechig a little bit. Anyway, yeah, go ahead.
I have a question. So according to this answer, like a normal cup in my hand cannot be a working thing because it has parts.
It depends. You know, how are you taking that from this question?
I mean, I'm confused. It seems like question 3 and question 2 is conflict. Has some conflict because we do say a coffee cup can be an actual working thing.
A coffee cup, right?
Right, the one that I'm holding in my hand right now.
Yeah,
Even though it's a collection, even though it has parts.
yeah.
Right. According to question 3, it's a collection of parts. Then it couldn't be an actual working thing.
Yeah. Well, I would take these two questions in individually. I would say maybe it's true and question 3, which you're pointing out, Stanley. However, you've got to consider what hat you have on, and maybe that's or maybe I'm overlooking something that you're saying. Maybe I'm not understanding what you're saying. I think I see that what you're saying is there's a conflict in between questions 2 and 3. And you're asking that if something is if something is a working thing, that it can't perform a function if it has parts. So it would seem contradictory to have a coffee cup that you could drink coffee out of if it had a bottom and a top. And is that what you're saying?
Well, now I'm confused.
Yeah, it was my same question with number 2, which is, are we saying that a thing is Rangsen if it is partless, or are we saying something's a Rangsen if it's made of partless particles? Like if it's reducible to partless particles, then it's a Rangsen.
Okay.
As opposed to saying it has to be a partless particle itself. But then we still have the problem of Dzogchens, right? We're generalities in terms of collections, and a cup is that. So I would say even just reading from the text, for me at least, it's not resolved.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can say that, but that's also one of the ageless questions about how things exist. So if something is wrong, it seems like a very central question to Buddhist philosophy. So yeah, to say that that it's been hammered out so far in our text, I wouldn't say that either. But I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. Mainly me, that I'm on the same page with you guys. I didn't miss something here.
I don't think so.
Yeah, there's a conflict. If something can perform a function, it's a working thing. If something cannot perform a function, it's categorical. It cannot perform a function.
Mhm.
I shouldn't be able to hold this cup in my hand. However, it's right here. You know what I mean? I mean, we could keep diving into it. I would say that there is a conflict, and it's still my personal contention that that's due to the viewpoint of the different philosophical schools.
Mhm. When I was
and-
teaching in the prison, he said the only reason we have a conflict is because you're talking about my coffee cup.
That's super true. That's really true. Yeah.
So I just I want to be mindful that I'm not glossing over this and I'm not passing over it too quickly, Stanley. But at the same time, I think this is a very central question. And
Yeah.
I think that obviously the third question is, well, both of these questions should be taken from the viewpoint of the second school.
Yeah.
And number two is one in which the second school's viewpoint is threshed out based on how you interpret the word ngopo contextually.
What's the definition of ultimate reality in the Abhidharma school?
Yeah, I would say it's something that's composed of the eight.
It's when you break down a thing, it doesn't go away. The idea in your mind of a thing doesn't go away when you break it down into its parts.
Yeah, no longer mentally reducible is ultimate
Yeah.
reality in Abhidharma. Maybe that's relevant a little bit. Maybe the second school's position is kind of a reaction to that. I don't know. Yeah.
Thank you, Geshe-la. So yeah, and it's kind of the same thing for something mental. So if something's partless in the sense of existing in the smallest level of individual moments, then it's got to be made of atomic parts, and it would be categorical and archetypal. Oh, sorry. You guys got that one for free, I think.
Yay.
Whoa.
So Kechik Chame.
Uninterrupted instant.
Heartless.
And
Yay.
yeah, so she give this a look. Oh, you're muted again.
That's the best. My wife would say the mute would be a good thing on my mouth. Do Chengi Chashimin. Partlessness. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Okay. 100 to 377, yes.
You want to read it, Adam?
Oh yeah, here. Bum ding on some ngopot hong nang chun yute. Bum ding on some church and chizin gelot pal ngopot tamte tongwa tongwei lo yimbejer.
Okay, let me check here. Bumsing Gunsing Mumbo Tomlang here. If the direct perception of what appears the Tomlang. Okay. Bumsing Gunsing Churching. Chintin Killer. Look what someday. Yeah, the only tricky thing here is ngopotsam. So when you look at when you see a coffee cup, do you see a functioning thing?
It's this is the question.
This is the question on the table. Yeah.
Well,
Sure.
yes. How do
Let's
you
say
feel?
yes.
Yeah, I would say you see
I feel
indicators of
yes.
a cup. but you don't see.
Yeah. When you look at when you see a coffee cup, you see a functioning thing. But when you see a coffee cup, do you see functioning thing? And don't use the A.
No.
No.
Mm.
Yeah, that's mupotam. So functioning thing without the A
Oh,
concept. Okay.
So that's why
You could say functional thingness.
that's
If
why
you
I,
don't say, yeah, that when you add the
Oh.
sum, it means functioning thingness. Okay, so that's a question for you guys. When you see a coffee cup, do you see a functioning thing? Yes or no?
yes.
yes.
Mhm.
See functioning thing.
No.
No.
I don't think so. Let's see what he says.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of why I use functional things as such for the Psalm there.
Yeah, and by the way, that's why he says you can't be holding to a category.
Right.
The category is the concept of the thing. Chi zinki lo. Okay. By the way, if it did see functioning thing, it would be grasping to a chi rather than to rangten.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's pretty easy. Let's do 378, Adam. You got to read one more and then you get to pick on other people. That's your reward.
Fun. Makapna, ngopo tam te chin yimba bo.
Which says, no, let's carry that if the mind sees functional things, then it's their perception. And then, and you blow your perception. Yeah, if you say just because it is seeing functioning thing as a category, doesn't mean it has to be holding a category rather than a member, for example. Then you lose the idea that it was holding to, then you lose the idea that the concept of a functioning thing is a general category.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I like blow your position.
Yeah.
Well, I was obviously trying to account for that buh there.
It's nice.
That's good. That's fine. Okay, now you get to pick on somebody else, Adam.
Let's see, who do we have here? Sivan C. Like to help us?
Hello, sure. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
We're on we're on 379.
379. Tuna non sum tog che su talo.
It's perfect. Yeah, thank you.
You agree? Here, Dokche means conceptual. Okay, conceptual. So if you agree that it can see the chi, if you agree that looking at a coffee cup is to look at coffee cups, then a direct sense perception must also be a conceptual state of mind. Dokche here means conceptual as opposed to direct sense perception. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I used involves for that che.
That's a good thing. Yeah.
And so involves the conception of direct perception.
That involved is perfect. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Because that maybe it has a little bit of non-conception also.
Is it a synonym for JPAC Tsema here?
That's a good question. It's probably very similar, but I bet you could find exceptions. Yeah.
Okay, so we're back on you.
Okay. Dun 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 dun. Is that the right book? No. Okay, hang on. Let's don't go there.
Yeah, that was us. Yeah,
Was it?
yeah, yeah. I'm 90%, 95%, 100%
Yep.
sure.
Oh, it's funny because I'm seeing an Abhidharma text.
Oh, we seem
Uh,
to start in the
Let me
back.
get rid of that. There you go. Let me put you guys up here. What number are we on, Adam?
Should be on 380. This
Okay.
one, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's good. So can you pick on somebody?
Yes, sir. Xiaoping.
Ooh, that's mean.
Do you want to help with Xiaoping? So I'm just going off literally the first names I see.
Shenyang Bumpa Gopa Yina Ko Rangla Yobe Suk Tri Rock Recha Shisa Chume Lung Shi Tang Zachi Kam Ta Det.
Zechik, yeah, Zechik and Ngopo. I heard Gopo, I think, in the first line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ngopo and J. Thank you, Xiaoping.
By the way, I got to show you guys something. You ready?
Wow.
徐掌声，徐掌声，徐徐徐徐徐掌声，徐掌声，徐掌声。
Okay. She's into acrobatics.
Sounds like she's saying Sheetsen.
It's what word has to look forward to. Yeah, it sounds like she's saying Chitzen. Now, is a coffee cup composed of 8 different substances?
Yes, I mean, in this, yeah.
Yeah, in the Abhidharma especially.
Mhm.
And they are, what are the 8? Sukchi Ro Recha on one hand, and then Sachu Me Lung on the other hand. What are those 8, Adam?
Like physicalness, what you can smell,
Yeah.
taste,
What you can see, what you can smell, what you can taste, and
what you can touch. Yeah, right.
what happened to what you can hear?
They don't consider that one of the 8.
Right, because it's too what, Stanley?
Ephemeral.
What's the word? Fleeing?
Yeah, fleeting or ephemeral. Yeah. It goes by too fast. It couldn't sit in the coffee cup because sound goes like that. Also, it has the 4 elements of Adam.
Earth, water, fire, and wind, air.
Yeah. And then, Adam, I think the problem is what you said in your homework. If a coffee cup is made of those 8 parts, which the Abhidharma says it is, then does the coffee cup become a category and it includes parts, in which case it's a concept rather than a working thing. Okay.
Yeah.
But don't forget, what's in the Stanley in the DCI course, Tsokchi, and what's the difference? What's a Tsokchi?
Collection of parts.
A
Yeah,
generality in the sense of collection.
Yeah, and it's always physical. It's always physical. Something composed of physical parts, and that's not the same as a denchi or a chi as opposed to chedok, a category and its members. it's not the same in general, but they haven't got there yet. Okay. So they're playing with this difference of members and members in the sense of a category and its members, and members in the sense of a physical object and its components, right? I guess we would say you could be a component without being a member, something like that. Okay. Okay. So he says, the guy's asking us, is a coffee cup substantially one with its component parts or not? Or is it separate from them? Okay. And generally, the test of being substantially one is if you are the parts, you are the whole.
Yeah.
So if you are the hardness of a coffee cup, are you the coffee cup?
No.
No.
But if you are a blue cup, are you a cup?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's set and member. Cups is the set. Blue cup is a member of the set. But the hardness of this coffee cup is not a member of cup in that same sense of a category, right? That's all. So the guy's asking us, is to be the hardness of the cup to be the cup?
So we just said not necessarily. No.
Yeah, no. Is to be a blue cup to be a cup?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the difference. Okay. So he's asking us, let's talk about the hardness of this cup, or it's the visible part of this cup. Is to be that, to be a cup? And we can say no, right? So he's getting cute. He says, if you say that to be the hardness of the cup is to be the cup, okay, who's going to read, Adam?
Somebody here real quick.
Yeah.
Rocio? Isabel, would you mind helping us?
Yeah. Thank you. That chick, not a Z. Oh, right. They chick, not ho, la, you, hey, Z. This one is
Apo?
Depo.
Gay.
Z. Depo.
Gapo.
Gapo. Yeah, Gapo. Z chick in part talo.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, here's the definition of the 8 substances from I cut it from Stanley's text. You want to translate that sentence, Adam?
I'll try. Zegen Jongwa Chembo Shita Dang Gyurchepe Suk Shite Suk Dang Chirang Rodang Rekjan Nam So. Something so the 8 substances
Yeah.
the 4 from which things arise, the 8 great substances from which things arise.
Yeah. No. The first 4 are the Jungwa Chemboshi.
Yeah, I thought it was is it always written that way? Jungwa Chimpo?
No, not always, but it's more clear when they say it that way. Yeah.
It's such. I was thinking Sachu Melong Shipo, and it's usually
that's it. Sachu Melong. Yeah.
So Jungwa Chimpo Shi Dang. So the 4 great elements.
Yeah. Earth.
Yeah. Earth, fire, air, and or earth, fire. Earth, water, fire, and wind. Yeah.
Good. By the way, anytime we're in a class together and we might have friends here who haven't heard this before, I think it's always wise to say these four are
energies in the
yeah, they are physical properties. For example, earth is solidity, water is fluidity, fire is temperature, wind is motility, movableness. So they are not some stupid ancient idea that you've got dirt in your liver or something like that. Okay. For example, when they're used in Chinese medicine or Indian medicine, they're not just some foolish idea. Okay, so the four energies really, and then Gyorche Besukshite. I don't know the four that involve causes, which are Sukchiro Rekcha, right? Okay, so this is the tricky thing. These 8 are called Ze. In the Abhidharma, they are called Ze, which means what?
Material
Substance.
substances.
Yeah, in the sense of ingredient in a cup. There are 8 ingredients in this cup. There are 8 components in this cup, and they are substantial. They are somehow very real. They are not conceptual. They are substantial, right? They use the word substance. 8 substances. Is substance the same as substantial?
Yeah, I mean, if something is substantial, then it's made of substance, and if something is substance, then it's substantial. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. But is there a difference between Ze and Ze
Yeah.
We could say the cup is substantial because it's made of 8 substances. How's that?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. The cup is a hard, real thing, substantial, because it's made of 8 different substances. Okay, good. Now he's going to play with that substance. Are those 8 substances is to be one to be substantially the other?
No.
We were just talking about the hardness of a cup versus the color of a cup.
Yeah, well, let's say the temperature of a cup and the hardness of a cup, okay? Is the temperature substantial?
Yes.
Is the hardness substantial? Are they together one substance?
No.
And
Is to be the temperature to be the hardness?
no.
We'd say no. But here the guy says, look, if those 8 components of the cup are substantially the same, then all of the 8 components have to be one substance. Okay, to be one is to be the other. Okay, that's all. Okay, are these 8 qualities substantial? Yes. Oh, now when you say substantial, it means they have a substantial relationship. Yeah. So to be the hardness is to be the temperature. And he says, look, if they are substantially one, then to be any one of them is to be the others. Okay.
I mean, I see the argument. Yeah. I mean,
but you can say, right, Adam, that if the cup is hard, the cup must have temperature.
Yeah.
How's that? In that case, the hardness and the temperature are linked somehow. Okay. If the cup is hard in this school, it has to have temperature. And by the way, it has to be moving.
Yeah.
And it has to have solidity. And it has to have some wetness inside. Whoa. Okay. And that's true. Okay. So he says, if to be the temperature is to be the hardness, then they're all the same stuff. Okay. Then they're all the same substance. Then the water in the cup is the movement of the cup, for example. Now we say, okay, I got it. Those 8 substances are separate. Okay, they are not, the 8 substances in the cup, the temperature and the hardness are not such that to be one is to be the other. Okay, cool. We change our answer. And Adam has to pick on somebody to give that answer.
Let's see. Let's go quick. Quick. Katerina Myrinkova. Katerina. Going once, going twice.
Sorry, I cannot read.
Oh no! Yeah, no.
Sounds like she's got kids.
I get it. I totally get it. Irivor Aravena, Valenzuela. One. About Octavian. Oh, hello? You there? Let's go with Octavian.
Octavian's also wrestling with a kid, I think.
Yeah, hello. I'm just
Hey, Octavian.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
We miss you.
Hope to see you soon.
Yeah.
Do you mind helping us with 382, Octavian?
Oh, this is where those Romanian guys pretend the internet went down.
In Chinese, we call it strategic silence.
Oh, that's useful. I don't think such a thing applies to an American. Adam, I think you got to try somebody else. Those Romanians, you know.
Yeah.
He goes out doing salsa on Monday night, I think.
That sounds fun. I like salsa. Aishan?
Yes. Hi, sure. Thank you. Zeta te ina pumpala yopi ze yepole zeta te pe pumpe ze yopama in patel. Up or down? I don't know.
Or I'd go down.
Well,
Yeah, I'll go down.
tele zeta tepe pumpe ze suk kyang me riro rekchas.
Sí.
Yeah.
Sí, ro, rekcha.
Triro rekcha sachume lungyang me trayang me pe chirtang pumpa te chi
Bempo.
pempo in pechir.
Okay, good. So is to be the cup to be one of the 8 components of the cup? Is to be the cup to be the hardness of the cup, for example? What do you think, Adam, by the way?
I would say no.
I would say no also. Okay, let's see where it goes. Oh, if you say that, then let's consider the 8 substances which are components of the coffee cup, okay? You must be saying then that there's a substance called cup, which is separate from those 8 substances, okay? If you say to be the cup is not to be the cup's hardness, then there must be a hardness of the cup independent of the cup.
Okay. I mean, I see the reasoning, but I don't necessarily agree.
Yeah, I don't necessarily agree there. Okay, here we go. Dele ze tadepe bumba ze su kyang me. But if you say the 8 components of the cup to be them is not to be the cup, then you cannot isolate the hardness of the cup, the smell of the cup, the taste of the cup, and the touch of the cup, and the quality of hardness, its wetness, its heat, and its movement. They don't exist. Dry on maybe it's here. And by the way, you couldn't have the sound of the cup anyway as a component of the cup, right? It's too, sound of the cup cannot be a part of the cup because it moves too fast.
Mhm.
Okay, you can't say the sound of the cup is sitting on my desk right now. It's because it goes away too fast. Is the Boomba Bembo, Adam?
Physical matter, like outside physical matter too, the chi.
Yeah, good. I like to say particulate matter, you know. You see what I mean? Composed of particles, composed of atoms, right? Is a coffee cup composed of physical atoms?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay, but is it to be its atoms? Is that to be the cup?
Not necessarily.
Yeah, I'd say not necessarily. But he says if you could have atoms in the cup that were not such that to be the atoms in the cup was to be the cup, then you couldn't have a cup. Because there'd be nothing in the cup. It wouldn't be made of anything. You see what I mean? Okay. That's what he's saying.
Okay.
The next sentence is actually understandable. Let's give it to somebody we like.
Let's see. Alejandra Hostel. One, two, is it Dinara Mendasheva? Dinara?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi.
Thank you. Hi.
Would you mind helping us with 383?
Mm-hmm. Kepa yode yote chi kem poin na chung patang chung gyur kang rong yin ke ge pe chir ro.
Good.
Thank you. You guys are so good. Everybody
You are
today
good.
is so good.
It can't be word. It must be something else. It is the case because if something is chi bembo atom,
If something is particulate matter,
yeah, especially on the outside, it either has to be junga or jungyur.
it has to be the elements, or it has to be a product of the elements.
Nice, perfect. Either one. Can that gong rune imply also a third possibility of both?
It's yeah, it can actually.
Yeah, it can. So it's either the elements or the product of the elements, or both the elements and the product of the elements. Okay. Okay. So an outer physical form can be composed of the elements and their products, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a chiiten, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's a category just
No.
because it has members. Okay. That's a different sense of members. It's not subset, set, and member, right? Okay. Who's next, Adam?
Somebody here. Elaine Tye. Elaine. About Jigme, can you give us a hand? You there?
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi.
Hi.
Good morning. Yeah, I think we're on 384.
Yeah. Shenyang, Bumpa someday ze su drupching, serbum tang, ze chikna de serbum ki ze su drupa ma drup.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry. So I'll give you a question. By the way, Shenyang means he's going to go to another problem. Is Bumba ze group, Adam? Ze group.
Yes.
Is
hold on. It depends. It depends on how we're reading Bumba.
Yeah. I'm going to say, is a coffee cup substantial?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, look, okay. Now he says, when you add some to something, it becomes the concept coffee cup.
Right.
Is, quote, coffee cup substantial, Adam?
No.
No, it's not. It's just an idea. Quote, coffee cup. Yeah. Now, is to be, if something is a golden coffee cup, okay? And let's say it's a little small golden coffee cup.
Okay.
Can we say to be that small golden coffee cup is to be a coffee cup, is to be a golden coffee cup? Can we say that?
I think you can say that. Yeah.
Yeah. To be a tiny gold coffee cup is to be one kind of gold coffee cup. That's Serbum Danze Chigna. Okay. If to be a tiny gold coffee cup is to be a gold coffee cup, does gold coffee cup in that case exist as a thing or as an idea?
As a thing.
I'll say it again.
Gold. If you say gold, if you say gold coffee cup.
I'll say it again. I have a small gold coffee cup in my hand. Is it a gold coffee cup?
Yes, it is.
Is the gold coffee cup, which it is that gold coffee cup an idea or an actual cup?
It depends.
I'll say it again. No, it's a category. I'll say it again. I have an actual small gold coffee cup in my hand. Does it belong to the group called gold coffee cups?
It does.
Is that group something I can drink coffee out of?
No.
No, right. Okay, that's all. And that's his question here. Is gold coffee cups, does that exist as something you can use, or is it just a category? Okay, that's his question here. If it's Zesu Drup, then gold coffee cup as a group is something I can drink coffee out of. Okay.
Okay.
And if it doesn't exist, Zesu Drup, in this school, maybe it doesn't exist at all. So it's a question. Okay, now, if you answer, Gesla, when you have a small gold coffee cup in your hand, and we say it's one kind of gold coffee cup, when we say one kind of gold coffee cup, that's substantial. Okay, it's not a group, it's not a category, it's something you could drink coffee out of. Okay. The whole group is something you could drink coffee out of, which is not true, right? And here's our answer. Somebody said, yep, you can drink coffee out of the category called all the gold coffee cups in the world. And Adam's gonna have something to read.
Gibson, can you help us?
Yes. I don't know. He's pretty famous now because he finished his book. I don't know if he. I don't know if he's doing reading anymore.
We're at about time, okay, guys?
Gibson,
we got
Phương phun là chế độ mình chế ba kiểu mà chú na sẽ phun thang sẽ chỉ in ba cái lô.
Good. if you can drink out of gold coffee cups as a category. Okay, Adam?
Okay.
If it's that, then if you can drink out of coffee cups as a category, then silver cups aren't cups. Okay.
That's time, boss.
Okay.
Maybe I want to stop there. This is called one of those surrender end of class. Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Adam's going to translate for us next time.
That was really fun. Thank you.
Or we're just gonna leave that right there like that.
Quite.
Geez.
We'll figure it out next time. This is a strategy.
Yep.
And it's going to cook in your mind, right? Okay. So Adam, 385, 386, 387, 388, 389. Okay.
Yes, sir.
4 parts.
Yes, sir.
5 parts. Yeah. I really enjoyed watching Eva. She's doing this gym. What do they call that? Where the kids do this climbing and then in the gym.
Parkour.
Jungle gym.
Tumbling.
Oh, it's called jungle gym, I think. But there's some kind of new sport like that. Like they can win trophies and stuff like that. Yeah.
It's like ninja something.
Oh, it is called ninja something. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a really big deal. Like major gyms are shutting down and turning themselves into ninja gyms.
Like another ninja gym. Yeah, it's super cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certain kinds of kids are attracted to it and certain kind of kids do really well at it. And I have a feeling she's going to be one of those.
Yeah.
She says all the time.
Ninja warriors.
She says what?
She says that she wants to be a ninja. She says, I'm gonna be a ninja.
Yeah. I have a feeling she's that kind of girl. Like she climbs mountains and she does stuff like that already. So, yeah.
And she's gonna sing all the way.
Yeah, she does actually.
Anyway, she's really cute. How many big mountains she's climbed now?
She did 34 of the 14ers.
I mean, she's done 34 mountains over 14,000 feet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Over 4,500 meters. Yeah.
Isn't that like a record of some sort for a kid like that?
It's possible. We're gonna try this summer. We're gonna try to finish up the rest of them. I don't know, but I can't see too many other 4-year-olds having completed all of them.
You got to do it before you can't carry her anymore.
That's my plan.
All right.
Otherwise, it's gonna be one a year.
Anyway,
Yeah.
she's really beautiful. You got a good kid. She's one of our oldest ones, I think.
She just turned 4. Thank you again. That was so fun.
All right, handsome.
Thank you, guys.
We'll see you guys in how many minutes?
You have another meeting.
Oh, yeah.
As I
Okay.
usually say, this is your chance, all of you, to ask Ben your toughest questions that you could possibly think of.
Think of some kind of weirdo questions and ask him, okay?
Yeah, really weirdo ones.
Great.
Yeah.
So thanks, Ben, for doing a Q&A. And see you guys later. Oh, and after that, there will be yoga with Lydia. And then in the afternoon, we'll have yoga with Anjali. So try to make it to one of our classes too, yoga classes.
All right. See you guys this evening.